Yeah, hey fam, we're back at it again. Basically, this is another just a reaction video on MSNBC. I gotta get a good laugh every once in a while. I'm usually serious all week long, talking about politics. Today's the 23rd February, 2025. If you would like and subscribe, that would help a lot. In the videos, I see people are watching but not subscribing or liking or all that. Just push that little like button. That'd be sweet. All right, guys, we're going to do another video MSNBC. This is pretty funny. I like watching these ones. Here we go.
As I mentioned at the top of the show, we're following some breaking news this hour. Donald Trump has just fired General Charles.
Oh, one preface here real quick. I just want to let you guys know I love, I'm a 49-year-old veteran, veteran that loves this country. And the reason I do these reaction videos now, as of late, is because I see this country going, well, before Trump, going to hell. So my biggest thing is that I'm here trying to get the word out as much as possible and have a little fun with it too at the same time in my spare time. So with that being said, like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Charles Q. Brown, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the country's senior most military official. That job is essentially the president's top military advisor, and it usually holds over as administrations change. That's typically what happened.
Okay, typically that's what happens. But when you get a corrupt and evil, and somebody that Trump can't trust, you're firing him.
Joe Biden kept Trump's Joint Chiefs chairman, Mark Milley, until he stepped down at the end of 2023. Donald Trump decided to buck with that tradition. And I have to say, the optics here don't look great. CQ Brown was only the second.
It don't look great to you because you're on the same team as that. You're the evil one. And by the way, MSNBC, I'm sure, are fake news. So, yeah, I'm sure race is going to come in on this one. I'm pretty sure.
Second black man to ever hold that position. And he just got fired.
Did you hear what she just said? Hold on. I'm gonna back that up just a sec. Because
got fired amid Trump's push to end position. And he just got fired amid Trump's push to end programs promoting equality in the federal government.
Now you understand this is the stuff that is pushing hate across America and around the world, is people like fake news. People like fake news. If you listen to this stuff over and over again, like I did back in the day, man, this stuff just is crazy.
He will be replaced by retired three-star Air Force Lieutenant General Dan Kane. Courtney Kuby is a senior NBC News correspondent covering national security and the Pentagon. Few people know more about what happens in that building than Courtney. Courtney, what we know at this point is limited amounts of reporting. There's obviously the Truth Social post from Donald Trump where he announces he's planning to nominate Air Force Lieutenant General Kane. I want to talk to you about that. But first, let me start by just asking you, what do we know about how he fired CQ Brown? Did he call him? Is there anything more we've learned about how this took place today?
Trump says Raising Cane, General Raising Cane.
Yeah, we know nothing about that, frankly. Now, we know CQ Brown was traveling. He had a trip to the border planned for today, and then he was supposed to travel on a little bit more domestically. So we know that trip went on, but beyond that, we just don't know. Look, here's the reality. We were expecting this to happen yesterday or today. So this isn't a huge surprise. We've been talking about the possibility of Lieutenant General Kane to replace the chairman. And just given the pattern of how this has been, the administration has been carrying out these sorts of things, we were all sort of expecting this to be on a Friday night. That being said, what we've gotten here are statements with no additional context to exactly what happened.
That's right. You don't need the context because you're fake news. And just like CNN got kicked out of the Pentagon, you're next. And some good news is, everybody, I don't know if you guys know race baiting Joey Behard, or Joey, whatever her name is gone off MSNBC. She was crazy. And by the way, guys, I don't edit this. I talk funny. I am what I am. I don't edit just because I want to be as real as I possibly can with you guys. So here we are. Here we go.
Happened here. So we're still working through the details. This is all just breaking. And we've just gotten another statement, actually, from Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, laying out some additional people who were fired here as well tonight.
Well, do you have that in front of you? Do you want to share with us the details of that, or we can also pull it up too? Please go ahead.
I do. And so, I mean, there's.
Hey, you got it in front of you? Oh, yeah. She knew that. Come on.
So much to talk through here.
So fake. This lady's so fake. She's just so fake, and it just boggles my mind that people still listen to that lady. You know what I mean?
Okay, so several of the people who were fired, according now to Secretary Hegseth, and the way that this has been laid out, I should say, is that they are looking for people to replace these individuals. They're not actually saying they were fired, but the reality is that's what's happening here. So the Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Lisa Franchetti, why that is an important.
Okay, I got something on this right here. They're talking about people getting fired around the country from all these bloated things like FBI, the CIA, the Pentagon. I mean, do you know how many years that our country's been hiring just way too many people in those services? Somebody said, it doesn't affect me. That's why it doesn't matter to me as much as it does that person. And I basically told him, I said, all this corruption, and it has to come to an end. I mean, high prices, gas, food, all that stuff reflects back to not being able to afford nothing in the government. So everything affects everybody every day. So
A person to mention here is she was the first woman to run the Navy, the first female chief of naval operations, and critically now both of the women who were in positions running service chiefs, that is the commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard and now the chief of naval operations, have now both been fired by President Donald Trump.
See what she just did there? The other lady used black. This one used ladies. Donald Trump hires more women than any other presidency. Look that up.
Admiral Linda Fagan was fired within literally hours of Donald Trump being inaugurated, and now Lisa Franchetti. In addition to that, the Air Force Vice Chief of Staff, James Slife, also named tonight as being fired. There's no reason given for these, but the reality is General Slife has been someone who has.
Just remember, Donald Trump don't need a reason to fire anybody, for the most part. He goes by the rule of law, so he doesn't break the law.
Has promoted diversity issues within the Air Force, is known for that. That's candidly most likely why he was targeted. In addition to that, also several judges.
That's why he was targeted. Do you see what they're doing to you guys? The people that listen to this crap, and that's why they're a failing fake news media, is because they're going down. People are rioting and doing stupid stuff because people are lying.
Advocates General JAGs are also now set to be replaced, according to Pete Hegseth. But a little bit more on CQ Brown here. Look, we have heard from people very close to President Trump, including Secretary Hegseth. He wrote about in his book that he thought General Brown should be replaced as the chairman. We've also heard from the National Security Advisor, Mike Waltz, others who have been very outspoken about this. But we had some reporting back in December that General Brown, the chairman, had a good meeting with President Trump at the Army-Navy game, and the belief was he would have a little bit of time to be in this job. At this point, there is no indication that anything has happened from the time President Trump was inaugurated until CQ Brown was relieved of his job today that was merit-based. Any reason, anything that has happened that has led to this. And all indications are that this is the long-standing gripes that President Trump and many of the people around him have had with CQ Brown that have led to this decision tonight. The reality is CQ Brown has served honorably for 4 decades in the U.S. Air Force. He has thousands of hours as a pilot, as a fighter pilot, and he has served in senior jobs, including the head of the Air Force in the Middle East, in the Asia Pacific, the Air Force chief of...
I'm sure he was a great guy, but there's a reason why he's gone.
Staff selected for that job by Donald Trump, I might add, and then now as the chairman for just over a year.
Courtney Kube, I know this news is just breaking. I so appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah,
I know you're just reporting and trying to find out all the answers. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's all right. You know, Joint Chief Chairman probably had to go, you know, and Trump is pretty dang smart. So anyway, that's another good video. Thanks, guys. And please like and subscribe and share this video. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, and more to come.